Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my Lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now.
Katy Perry is freaking out. And honestly, who wouldn't? What was supposed to be a flashy 10-minute luxury space trip with Blue Origin has spiraled into one of the internet's biggest punchlines of the year. And guess what? South Park is now sharpening their knives, getting ready to drag her harder than they ever did Disney, Elon, or even Bezos. Yeah, it's that bad, according to insiders. Sources say Katy's been venting to her therapist about all the heat. And it's not the flight that's giving her cold feet. It's how the internet clowned her. She's now seriously reconsidering the whole mission. One fan tried to come for her online, and Katy clapped back saying, "When the online world tries to make me a human piñata, I take it with grace and send them love." Respect for staying classy, but the memes kept coming like a tidal wave. And the biggest reason people are mad? The way this whole thing was hyped. It wasn't some cutting-edge science mission. It was a glorified 10-minute float in space, packaged as inspiration for women in STEM. Even Gayle King hyped it up like it was going to create a whole new generation of female astronauts. But the internet wasn't buying it. Podcasters and YouTubers straight up called it out, saying real astronauts who died for their missions never got this kind of love from the media. That stung even worse. This story is just heating up. And if you want the full tea as it spills, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You do not want to miss what's coming next. This whole space stunt, people are saying it looked straight up staged. One clip went viral of Katy Perry literally kissing the ground after landing, like she'd just returned from surviving Mars. But let's be real. She was in the air for barely a few minutes. Fans were eating it up, but not for the reasons she'd hope. Then it got even messier. Another video started circulating, hinting that Katy may have used the whole space trip to sneak in footage for a music video. Yup, zero-gravity choreography, anyone? And the internet wasn't done. A diagram of the actual flight path exploded online, exposing just how not even close to the moon this mission really was. It looked more like a carnival ride than a NASA launch. But the funniest drag? A viral tweet with side-by-side phone alerts. First one said, "Katy Perry launched into space," and literally minutes later, "Katy Perry has returned safely." People were howling, and just when you think the cringe was over, it followed her back to the stage. At a recent concert, Katy started doing these bizarre slow-motion moves that had fans comparing her to a bad improv performance. Like, what was that even supposed to be? Now, South Park is cooking up what insiders say might be one of their wildest roast episodes yet. And if the leaks are legit, it won't just embarrass Katy. It could end up outselling Disney at the box office. They're going after everyone. Katy, Gayle King, even Jamin Didi in space. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss what South Park has locked and loaded. This one's about to get brutal. All right, here's the wild scoop. South Park is going all in, and according to leaks from their upcoming season 27 episode, they're not just coming for Katy Perry. They're launching her straight into cartoon space alongside Gayle King and even P. Diddy. No one's safe in this intergalactic roast. Leaked storyboard info reveals the animated trio floating around in zero gravity, but it gets extra crazy. Word is, Katy Perry's cartoon face starts melting in space from the effects of weightlessness. Yup, full-on space meltdown. And if you thought that's where it peaked, nah. The plot thickens when the gang randomly runs into P. Diddy, who's apparently been partying in orbit this whole time. South Park's making a full-blown statement here, mocking the whole vibe of rich celebs blasting off in luxury rockets just to dodge real-world backlash. Oh, and guess who's back? Jeff freaking Bezos. South Park's bringing him back, this time still painted as a creepy alien-like overlord. But now, he's testing luxury skincare products on celebrity faces while floating in space. They're roasting the whole influencer meets science vibe like it's one big joke. And honestly, they're not wrong. Even the rocket itself? Getting dragged. South Park's not just poking fun, they're going nuclear on the absurdity of space tourism, influencer culture, and celebrity vanity. Hit that subscribe button right now. We're breaking down more insane details you do not want to miss. Megyn Kelly already went there. In one of her YouTube clips, she straight up called Blue Origin's rocket basically a flying nipple. And honestly, she's not wrong. But let's be real. If South Park drops this episode, it might just blow up the internet. We've seen them stir chaos before, but Katy Perry getting clowned in space, inside a nipple-shaped rocket, while getting roasted by cartoon P. Diddy and Jeff Bezos? That's pure South Park madness, and fans are living for it. And if you think them dragging Katy is some surprise move, think again. South Park's been lighting up billion-dollar empires for decades. Just last year, they took a flamethrower to Disney in their viral Joining the Panderverse episode. It was a full-on takedown, and it hit hard. They didn't hold back either. In one savage moment, a Disney exec asks what the next reboot should be. Kathleen Kennedy, who's been behind most of Disney's live-action remakes, just shrugs and says, "Put a chick in it and make her gay." That line? Iconic and instantly controversial. Now imagine that same ruthless, no-filter energy aimed at Katy Perry's luxury rocket ride. If this episode really airs, it won't just be a roast. It'll be a cultural reset. So if you're ready for more spicy chaos, make sure to subscribe. This ride is just getting started. That one savage line about "put a chick in it and make her gay" didn't just roast a Disney exec, it lit up all of modern Hollywood. No holding back, no sugarcoating. And now, South Park's doing it again with this wild Katy Perry space saga. Just like Disney's woke Snow White reboot, Katy's space mission is being seen as another PR disaster covered in forced buzzwords. Fans are already making the connection, calling it out for the same formula: flashy headlines, zero real science, no men on board, and celebs pushing terms like representation and STEM inspiration like it's a script. So it's no shock that South Park's pouncing on this. Leaks hint they're launching a whole new wave of fire, taking aim at everything from P. Diddy's space party to wild Hollywood conspiracy theories. Even the ongoing LA fires. They're not just poking fun, they're going scorched earth. And poor Katy, she's taking hits from every angle. While dealing with the South Park leaks, a new viral clip from her concert surfaced, showing her slowly pacing the stage in weird, offbeat movements. Fans online didn't hold back. They joked it looked like she was freestyling a breakdown. Some even said it was more awkward than the space trip. Brutal. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly is back in the mix too, racking up views with her roast of the Blue Origin rocket. In her YouTube segment, she dragged it for looking like, yup, a flying nipple. Hit that subscribe button now, because this roast train, it ain't slowing down anytime soon. And just when you thought things couldn't get more unhinged, here comes the merch rumors. Word on the street is that South Park might be dropping limited edition Space Roast merch tied to this episode. We're talking t-shirts with melting Katy faces, flying nipple rocket caps, and mock NASA badges that say, "Influencer Astronaut." If that's true, fans are gonna eat it up. Meanwhile, Katy's PR team is scrambling. Insiders say they've been reaching out to media outlets, trying to spin the mission back into something empowering. But the internet already ran wild with it, so now even neutral coverage sounds like satire. TikTok's flooded with edits comparing Katy's spacewalk to sci-fi spoofs from the early 2000s. But the wildest part? There's buzz that other celebs were offered seats on that flight and backed out last minute. Allegedly, names like Doja Cat and Post Malone were approached, but after seeing the vibe of the promo plan, they passed. Hard. They didn't want to be human hashtags in orbit, as one source put it. At this point, it's not even about the space trip anymore. It's about how fast the internet can flip a luxury PR stunt into a global meme. And now, with South Park fueling the flames, it's spiraling into one of the most iconic takedowns of celeb culture in years. Smash that subscribe button and stick around, because what drops next might break the whole internet. Now here's where things take a dark twist. Some fans are digging way deeper, claiming this whole Katy Perry space stunt might have been a distraction from something bigger. Reddit threads and YouTube rabbit holes are now buzzing with theories tying the mission to Hollywood cover-ups, elite symbolism, and even connections to Bezos's real motives in space. Yeah, it's gone full conspiracy mode. One viral theory claims the flight wasn't about women in STEM at all. It was a soft launch test for space tourism branding, using Katy as the face to distract from shady corporate deals. Another user pointed out that while the internet mocked her, Blue Origin's stock quietly climbed. Coincidence? Fans aren't so sure. Even Elon Musk jumped in with a cryptic post on X, formerly Twitter, dropping a laughing emoji under a meme of Katy floating next to a billboard that said, "Mission Mid." No caption, no explanation, just vibes and chaos. And let's not forget, this is peak South Park bait. Rich celebs, space tourism, influencer culture, and now a swirling pit of conspiracy content. This episode's practically writing itself. Meanwhile, Katy's team has gone radio silent. No new statements, no interviews. She's either regrouping or waiting for the storm to pass. But one thing's clear, this saga's no longer just a roast. It's turning into a full-blown pop culture meltdown. Tap that subscribe button to stay locked in, because this rabbit hole's only getting deeper. So when South Park throws P. Diddy, Jeff Bezos, Gayle King, and Katy Perry into zero gravity, inside a rocket that literally looks like it came out of an adult joke book, you know it's about to break the internet. At this point, Katy Perry's so-called 10-minute inspiration mission isn't lighting any STEM fires. It's become the punchline of the year. What started as a bold publicity move to spotlight women in science has now turned into full-blown meme fuel, with South Park and social media dragging it straight into orbit. The mission that was supposed to uplift is now being ripped apart as a luxury selfie trip in space. The only thing it inspired? Memes, roasts, and conspiracy threads. And with the way South Park is spinning it, this episode might go down as legendary. But now it's your turn. Was this Blue Origin launch actually inspiring? Or just a super cringy publicity stunt dressed up in representation talk? Is South Park pushing the roast too far? Or are they just saying what everyone's thinking? And most of all, can Katy bounce back from this madness? Or is this the start of her weirdest era yet? Drop your take in the comments below. We're reading every single one, and the sharpest ones might get featured in the next episode. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. You definitely don't want to miss what's coming next.
Bezos and Perry was originally pitched as a but it's now clear the entire endeavor was about optics, not innovation.